Beneath the dense canopy of Tasmania's temperate rainforest lay many hidden secrets. One, which is little known, is the once thriving settlement of Flea Flat. At the end of the 19th century, prospectors panning for gold were finding this strange white metal in the bottom of their pans. This metal was Osmiridium, and with no market it was considered a nuisance and was either thrown out or stored. One man who stored a lot of it is Irishman James McGinty, who is rumoured to have lost 2 full jars of it hidden on the banks of the Savage River. A long-time prospector, McGinty holds the record for Tasmania's largest gold nugget, found in 1883 and weighing in at 7.5 kilograms. When a market developed for Osmiridium, McGinty started a rush in the upper Savage River at a point 19 miles from Waratah. This creek was subsequently named 19 Mile Creek, and it wasn't long before its course was filled with claims and its small settlement established. Most men who did well at the game had their own veggie patches to supplement the high packing price for supplies carried in from Waratah. The usual method for working the rich alluvial floodplain was to divert the water course either through tunnels in the river's bend or through canals built from the overburden of the bedrock. Afterwards, the bedrock would be blasted with gelignite, and as the old timers used to say, panning off would occur, processing the wash down to the very last material, pure Osmiridium. Like all good things, eventually the creek ran out and the men set off to the next big show. Without maintenance, the vegetation quickly began reclaiming the land, but the ruin of Flea Flat can still be seen today just a short walk from the main road. You know, about 19 miles from Waratah. Alrighty guys, good morning. I'm here at the start of the old track that leads into 19 Mile. I'm with my good mate Levi, who you will remember from many great films, such as Jane 2.0, Jane 2.1, and Jane 3, and a bunch of other awesome prospecting trips. He's going to be coming along for the trip down to the 19 Mile. Today we're going to follow this old track down to the old diversion tunnel, and then we're going to be following the stream up about 1.5 kilometres or 2 k's to Flea Flat, and hopefully come across some of the old hut sites there, and some of the old workings. And I've seen some awesome walls that were made from the old timers diverting the stream to work the bedrock, so it should be a pretty awesome trip. Well, this certainly makes life a hell of a lot easier. Yeah, I should mention this trip was inspired by Winston Nichols. He's got some awesome videos about heaps of old relics that are around in Tassie. He's done a lot of bushwalking and exploring, so check out his channel if you like this type of stuff. Wow, look at that, just beautiful walking through here.
Garden park at the moment.
This is the type of walk you can do any time of the year and you're never ever gonna see a soul along here. Look at the buttress on that myrtle. You don't normally see them like that. That's bigger, quite coney.
A bit bigger. Oh yeah, they're rippers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very rare that they're kind of that big.
Here, give it some scale.
We've got some water on the land too. Not 2 bags.
2 bags.
Big ripper. Obviously forestry hasn't had their way in here, because that sucker would not be here. Starting to get a bit steeper as we drop down to the famous 19 Mile, richest Osmiridium creek in Tasmania. Is there any left?
Bold claim.
What can beat it? Creek wise,
Adamsfield? No.
Adams River. That's a river though. Bloody hell, that's steep.
That's steep, isn't it?
How the hell are we going to get down that? Well, there's a bit of tape there.
Roll, mate, like we always do.
Well, we slide generally. We don't have the wetties on. I can see a bit of water over there.
It might go down to the right a bit.
You freaking hope so.
Yeah.
She's steep. That's the grade we're working down. Nuts. Oh, 19 Mile Creek. It's only about 500 meters down here. We've got the diversion tunnel that the old timers actually dug through a hairpin bend in the creek to divert the water through so they could work the alluvial gravels on the outside of the bend and recover a heap of Osmiridium.
Wow, there's one.
Is it?
Yep. That's gnarly. So you come here over here, you can see the light coming down the side.
Oh wow, yep. So if these logs weren't here, you'd be able to see this little, it's more or less an adit that runs all the way through this curve and ends up on the other side. So they would have worked all of this area here. There we go. So yeah, they've cut through this bedrock from one end of the creek to the other to divert this stream.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. It's amazing that after all these years, over 100 years, this is still in the same condition.
It's a good solid run. We walk through that safely because you've got good air both sides.
Yeah.
We don't need the spiders.
Yeah, freaky. Look at some of these whopper man ferns.
Yeah, they're sick.
6 meters high, maybe.
Loving that sun coming over there.
Levi's just pointed out the first of the rock stacking. It looks kind of man-made here on the side. A very small one. I think we're going to get into some Indiana Jones looking stuff pretty soon when we hit Flea Flats. Must be getting close to the Flea Flat area. Oh, here's another diversion channel. They did a lot of work, the old timers. Bloody amazing. It's so wide through here. It's like a footpath. We started seeing a heap of these little rock walls as we make our way up to Flea Flat. They're everywhere, like a giant maze of ruins. Must have been a real sight to see when they were in operation, and there probably wouldn't have been a single bush in any of this area. Just a maze of water diversions, different channels. Oh wow, look at this. 3 streams up here, all coming from different leads. Insane. That's incredible. This is so sick. It's like something the bloody Mayans have built or something. Look at that.
It's like people put this in their gardens, eh? Like,
Yeah. It's unreal. Be so cool to have a map of all the networks and how it all kind of works.
The little system they had.
Because they're not shallow streams, like they're quite... Yeah. The walls are so deep. Yep. Or over 1 metre high. And they just follow the course all the way. You've got trees growing right in the middle of it, but the structure of the walls have just stayed. That's how well built they were. Everywhere you go. There's more of them, dried up ones. So much work. Must be close to some hut sites now.
Yeah, well, his hut's supposed to be here somewhere.
Is it?
Along the edge of this bank somewhere.
There is a decent cutout here. I mean, this
Yeah.
could have potentially been one.
That could be Joe Hancock's hut right here. What's left of it? Nothing.
And he had
Just a cutout.
he had a heap of gardens like up the back behind the hut on the hills, which when there was no vegetation you could see in the photographs, but now it's just like a jungle. Man, what an amazing sight. I'm blowing out over this.
Yeah, it's a lot more here than what I would have expected.
Yeah. It's proper, like, just
Little township.
rainforest, jungle with ruins. It's kind of really hard to believe that this is just sitting out in the middle of a rainforest, perfectly preserved. Like, it's a freaking island
Yeah,
that they made.
it hasn't moved. So I don't know, it's not 100
It probably
years,
has. Like, I reckon it would have been leveled out.
It's shifted there,
Yeah,
but
it's been hammered a bit, but
it's stayed the whole time.
yeah.
Amazing.
So there should be more hut sites. Like, this is a big curve, this hill, isn't it? I think it curves around, like wraps around.
There is a big wrap up there.
Yeah, I saw a photograph that had huts like on the northern side of the curve. So maybe we'll head up that way and have lunch there. Yeah, watch out for that. Another day out with Rob and Levi. Yeah, I reckon these little flat parts that they've made with the moats, but closer to 19 Mile, should be some, got to be some evidence. Like this spot here is prime.
More bottles there too.
Yeah. Ah, shit, that cutting grass got me good. Oh, nasty. That's a nice jar. It's like pickles jar.
Yeah, that guy I was on the phone to before.
Oh, what's that?
Holbrook. We saw some of them at the Jane, didn't we? Holbrook ones.
I can't remember.
Property. Property of Holbrook. A green one.
Oh yeah.
Pretty green
Wow.
colour.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen a bottle that colour.
Not that fluoro looking.
No, it's partly blue even. Heaps of those brown ones. They must have just been like
Common.
yeah, standard bloody booze or something. Look at the shape of this one.
Oh, yeah.
It's oval shaped. So this bottle belongs.
Stand on hundreds of them. This whole thing. Oh, look here, a boot.
This bottle belongs to the Rosella Preservation main koi. It's a Rosella bottle.
Sole of someone's boot.
Oh, nice.
What's left of it?
Yep.
Jane tree all over again.
It is. Well, this was 100% a hut site, this big clearing. Run around the corner.
Yeah.
So we've just come upstream quite a way, and a lot of the kind of signs that anyone's ever been here have all disappeared, so I think we might head back to Flea Flat, and there's a watering can somewhere I'd seen in the picture. I think we should try and find that, eh?
Yeah.
Try and get the watering can. Alright, let's head back. Is this where we found the bottles?
No, that was up where we had lunch, or some of them. There was the first spot, wasn't there? That might have been here somewhere.
Yeah, because this is near that Joss Hancock's.
Like a cutout for hut, but
Oh yeah, there's that bottle there.
it's so low set. I'd be worried. You'd be worried it was flooding here.
Tasma. Let's try and find the veggie patch then.
Little fist hole there, so
Yeah.
mind blowing.
So much effort.
Yeah, just one hole. Like you'd spend 3 or 4 hours doing that just to see if it was there.
Makes you wonder if like
How many times did they fail?
they
But
could have been dunny holes
obviously,
too.
like down there, they've just gone, oh look, it's everywhere, because they've dug everywhere, you know, like
Yeah.
massive amounts of ground moved.
Yeah, well that Flea Flat is a natural flood zone, like it's
Yeah.
all just an alluvial.
They've chased it up to a certain height where it just hasn't happened, I think, because look at these down here, like they're massive. If you're standing down there, there's a big rectangular trench into the side of the hill. There's another one there. You can see they've dug it here and stacked it there.
Mm-hmm.
They must have got good amounts of it along the edge here. It's steep.
They weren't messing around, these blokes. Straight to business. Oh well. Probably seen it all, have we? Except for the watering can.
Yeah.
The elusive watering can's rusted to nothing in the last
Someone's pinched it.
few years. Yeah, it's probably pinched. I reckon this hill here was probably the veggie patch.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Nice and open, got sunlight coming in too. Which
Yeah,
would
north
help it
facing.
grow.
It would have been
And most
nothing.
of that timber's new. It'd be good 40, 50 years old.
Magic spot.
Mm.
Alright, better try and find a way out of here. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Uh,
Full on foot trap.
Levi's just found the foot track out of here, which was pretty well where it was meant to be, but weren't expecting it to be this good. Look at how that curves around.
Down and down to the creek, I guess.
There's no tape on this either. Interesting. That's cool. Alright, well we've got the walk out of here back to the car now. And that's it for this vid. If you enjoyed it, thumbs up, drop a comment. Plenty more vids to come. Take care guys. Bye Levi.
See you, everybody.